Hi, my name's Graham Frame, and you found this page because you want to make some money. More importantly, you want what the money can bring you. That's the freedom of an internet lifestyle. Now, we're all different, and we all have different needs, and we all have different resources. So unfortunately, there's not one size that will fit all. But I do know that there's one thing that stands in most people's way. The main reason that people fail, online and offline too, is that they just don't have an entrepreneur's mindset. Being an entrepreneur is not just about owning a business. It's about being able to recognize opportunity and to take action. There's a nice little quote I found that says, "Entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't." And really, that sums it up in a nutshell. It's whether or not you're prepared to just make that initial sacrifice for a period of time, not necessarily a few years, quite often just a few months. So it's about taking action. And this is the most important part of your business, because action creates a reaction. And the reaction or the result can be examined, and then new action can be taken based on the results obtained. You know, a rocket on its way to the moon is of course about 95% of the way. But it would never get there, it would never get started if we didn't just set it off in a direction and then keep adjusting and adjusting as it makes its way to the moon. And you, on your way to your goals and to this lifestyle of internet freedom, is exactly the same. You've got to take action, and you've got to start taking action now, because sometimes later becomes never. Now, I know that sounds simple, but to keep on taking action when the results are not what you want or expect is the hard part. It is simple, but simple doesn't always equal easy. You've just got to keep on digging. And to do that, it takes a millionaire mindset. Now, we're not educated as millionaires, so it's not your fault that you've not got it. But the fact is that people who are wealthy think differently to people who are poor. And that's not because they're wealthy. They're wealthy because they think as they do. See, we get what we are, not what we want in life. So we must first become wealthy mentally in order to have the wealth physically. So the solution is simple. We must reprogram ourselves, change the way that our mind thinks, change the way that we think. And that isn't really that hard to do. But it's change that people don't like. It's growth and personal growth, and that can be uncomfortable. So you see, we may be unhappy with what we have, but we're also comfortable with what's familiar. And until that discomfort outweighs the comfort, then we're not prepared to change. There's a story I heard many years ago from an author and a motivational speaker called Les Brown. And I often share this story, and I'd like to share it with you today. Sometimes it comes out in the form of a bear, and sometimes in the form of a dog. But it goes like this. Walking down the street, I happened to see a man sitting on his porch, and next to the man was his dog, who was whimpering and whining. And I asked the man, "What's wrong with your dog?" And the man said, "He's laying on a nail." And I said, "Laying on a nail? Well, why doesn't he get up?" And the man then replied, "I guess it doesn't hurt enough." It's no coincidence that many success stories start from an all-time low in a person's life. It's a point where they can no longer bear the pain, and so they say to themselves, "I've got to make the change or die doing it." So how big's your nail? Do you hurt enough to make the change? Because it won't always be easy. It will always be worth it. But without making the change, I'm afraid you won't become successful, and you won't have the freedom of that internet lifestyle that you dream about. So what I'm doing is I'm offering free help. Making the change will require around 2 hours a day of reprogramming exercises. I've got many years of experience in working with the mind. I'm a master hypnotist and a certified hypnotherapist, and I personally spend about 2 hours daily on my own programming. And now I'll guide you in your reprogramming at absolutely no cost. And will this guarantee your success? No, absolutely not. But it will eliminate the number one cause for failing. You'll still need to apply yourself in your business, and the more time and money you can invest, the faster and easier your progress will be. Actually making the money, once you have the right mindset, should only take about an hour a day, and that's the beauty of an internet business. So I want you to get on track, and you can start today, because what I'm offering is more valuable than any system or business opportunity you're going to be presented with. And if I was still doing this professionally, my fees would be at least $200 for a 25-minute session. But I'm offering it to everyone who genuinely wants to make the change absolutely free and without obligation. So why should I do that? Well, my reasons are threefold. The first one may sound corny, but it's true. I genuinely want to help as many people as I can. And I know that a poor mindset is the main reason that people are poor, and usually the only reason why people fail. Secondly, life's been good to me. I've always had all I want and need. And I'm at an age now where I feel I should be starting to give something back to life. And so, 3, I've set a personal goal to raise at least $5 million for charity. You see, if all the wealth in the world was shared equally, we'd all be millionaires. So I believe that it's wrong that some children starve and others die because they have no access to food, medical care or clean water. Those are just my opinions. So raising $5 million, how am I going to do that? Well, you can help. If you choose, and there's no obligation for you to do this, but you can join me in any of the business opportunities that I offer. And as you make money, it will also generate an income for me, and that income will be used 20% to expand and maintain the business, and the rest will go towards my $5 million goal. I'm fortunate that my personal wants and needs are small and already covered. And I aim to make at least $25,000 a month, and I know that very quickly I can increase that figure massively so that it's not going to take me 20 years to reach that $5 million goal. Now, the opportunities I've selected are what I consider to be the best opportunities available at the current time for different resources, different people. So I ask you to just please review them. And if you see a fit between the opportunity and yourself, then I'll help you become successful on your chosen path. And if there's nothing you think suits you, then that's fine too. And you'll still be armed with the right mindset when you do find the opportunity you seek. I urge you to do what Donald Trump says, and that's think big. Because as long as you're going to be thinking anyway, just think big. So what are the criteria that I look for in an opportunity? Well, what I've sought are opportunities that offer step-by-step guidance to make it possible for anyone to succeed and to get into profit fast, without the need for your own website, special skills like SEO, HTML, copywriting, etc., without the need to create your own products, and without the need to be starting off with a huge list. Now, if you have any of these special skills or products or whatever, then it'll help you. But you don't need them. You can start right from scratch, and the opportunities that I consider to be good will be listed below this video. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have, and if you do choose to join one of them, I'll support and guide you all the way. So that's it. I want you to start making those changes in your life today. The reprogramming's available in the free members area at simplefastcash.biz. You can join free and stay free as long as you like. Or if you choose to, you can upgrade for just $5 a month to take advantage of all the other benefits that are on offer. So with that said, you've got nothing to lose. I wish you everything you wish yourself, and I am dedicated to your success, be it with one of my programs or any other. So may God bless you always. Graham Frame.